AI tools are making it easier than ever to start an online business because you can use AI to brainstorm ideas, create designs, write product descriptions, research niches, and even build marketing plans. So that got me thinking, can you start a print-on-demand business predominantly using AI? Or is this another side hustle trend that sounds easy online but doesn't really work in reality? So what is print-on-demand? Print-on-demand is where you essentially create a design and put it onto a product like t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, or other items of clothing or accessories. But instead of ordering hundreds of products up front, it's only printed when somebody buys it. So if someone orders from your store, the product gets printed and shipped to the customer after the sale. And that's why people like this business model. No stock, no warehouses, and you don't need to pack orders yourself. But that doesn't mean the business is easy. It just means one of the hardest parts, fulfillment, becomes much easier. So where does AI come into this? And how does AI assist you in starting a print-on-demand business using Printify? Because when people say AI print-on-demand business, it can sound a bit vague, but there are actually a few practical areas where AI can genuinely help. Number one, niche research. So the first area with niche research AI can be incredibly helpful for. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is making random designs for random people. But AI can really help you in the research phase. It can help you find a niche that's actually going to work. If you're looking into a fitness niche, teachers, runners, coffee lovers, memes, popular culture, gamers. The key isn't just asking AI for t-shirt ideas, because that would just give you pretty generic results. A better prompt would be something like, give me 20 specific print-on-demand niche ideas based around hobbies, communities, or life stages where people might buy personalised or funny products. This gives you a much better starting point. Number two, design ideas. So you don't want to create AI slop, but you can use AI to assist your design efforts. And that's because you can brainstorm slogans, design styles, colour palettes, product concepts, seasonal themes, and bundle ideas. But just be careful here. If you just generate generic AI designs and just upload them everywhere, you're just going to blend into the thousands of other sellers doing exactly the same thing. AI should help you come up with ideas, but you still need taste, judgment, and originality. Number three, product descriptions and SEO. So the third area is writing listings. If you're selling on Etsy, Shopify, or TikTok Shop, then your product listing really matters. And AI can help you write product titles, descriptions, FAQs, keywords, and social media captions. And this is actually one of the most useful parts to use AI for, because a lot of beginners, they can create a product, but they don't really know how to describe it in a way that people will actually search for. So AI can speed up that process massively. Number four, marketing content. And finally, AI can help with marketing. You can use it to create TikTok content ideas, Instagram captions, Pinterest pin titles, ad copy, email ideas, and launch posts. Again, AI won't do the whole business for you, but it can remove that blank page problem where you don't know what to post or how to explain your product and how to actually make it work. So how does Printify fit into this workflow? Printify is a huge product catalog, so you can take a design idea and test it across a ton of different products. You can then integrate it with a platform like Etsy, TikTok, or Shopify. So once you've actually got that product that you've made, you can really easily connect it to a place where people will actually buy it. And because Printify handles the printing and fulfillment side, you're not personally printing products or shipping them yourself. So for a beginner, that makes the whole thing a lot less intimidating. You're still responsible for the idea, the niche, the design, and the marketing. But the operational side is essentially taken care of, and is much more simple compared to a traditional product business. And if you want to get started with Printify, just use my link below. They've kindly sponsored this video, but to be honest, they're just the best print-on-demand platform. So the basic AI plus print-on-demand workflow looks like this. Use AI to brainstorm a niche, use AI to generate product ideas, create or refine the design in Canva, Photoshop, or another design tool, upload the design to a print-on-demand product, connect it to a store, optimize the listing, market the product. So how much do you need financially to get this started? Well, you can technically start with zero. Even just having a bit of budget does make things a lot easier. And that's because you don't need to buy inventory up front. That's the big advantage, but there can still be costs depending on how you do it. And as we've been speaking about AI, obviously there's a lot of free tools, so you can potentially skip the amount you have to pay for a subscription unless you want to use a pro version. There's also free design tools like Canva, so you can do a lot really without spending much. However, if you want to sell it on Etsy, for example, there's Etsy listing fees. So you have to pay for that. You have to just keep that in mind. If you want to use Shopify, you need a subscription. If you want to use any pro design tools or pro versions of them, again, you obviously have to pay. If you want to use paid ads, that will cost you. And you might need domain names to be taken care of as well, which will cost you. They're not majorly expensive, but they do cost something. So I think a better way to say that is you can start with very little money and without buying a stock up front. But it doesn't mean building a successful business or print-on-demand business costs you absolutely nothing. Because at a minimum, you are investing your time and research into it, and probably some small platform costs depending on where you sell. Now, one problem with AI and print on demand is because AI makes this so much easier, it also makes the market a lot more noisier. If everyone can generate 100 designs in a day, that means there's a lot more low effort products than ever before, and that creates a problem. Most AI generated products aren't that good, and that's because they're generic, they don't speak to a particular audience, they kind of just look like everything else, and a lot of them just have no real brand behind them. So I do have to stress, don't just use AI to upload loads and loads and loads and loads of products. The opportunity is using AI properly for research, for ideas, and for speeding up those boring tasks. And then you add human judgment on top. And if you want to know if this is a way of creating passive income, yes and no. Once the product is listed and once fulfillment is handled by a platform like Printify, there are parts of the process that are more automated. But you can't really call it fully passive, and that's because you still need to create products, you still need to improve listings, market the store is a massive one, handle any customer questions, and test new ideas. So I'd call it more semi-passive or scalable income. The fulfillment can be very passive, but building demand isn't necessarily passive. So can you start a print-on-demand business with AI? Absolutely. There's a ton of stuff you can use AI for, and just don't make it generic, don't make AI slop. Just put thought and creativity into it. And using Printify, you can help turn those ideas into actual products without you needing to hold stock. But AI doesn't guarantee sales. Printify doesn't guarantee sales. The people who succeed are the ones who understand their audience, create products that people actually want, and learn how to market them. So AI makes print on demand a lot easier to start, but it doesn't make it fully effortless. Again, if you want to get started on Printify, use my link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.